Hello, Hutch?
Hey, on Discord it says stream pop. Oh,
Yep, here it is.
here it is. Excellent.
So, let's continue. What happened last time? Oh, tell us.
Oh, well, we just finished a very nice ritual with the Golkandist, or whatever our state religion sect is.
The,
We got naked, and the head priest drank the vision wine, and he saw maybe our kin with another man or something like that. And we signed a bunch of royal decrees as well, in which we got rid of income tax, and we sold off a bunch of oil.
yeah,
What else happened?
we spent everything. So we're just waiting the next turn, really. Mm.
Maybe we invested in the Navy or something? I can't remember. We did something with the military. Enacted. Click enacted, we can see what we did.
Okay. Welfare privatization.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is very funny. It was very funny. It was very cute. We have 4 budget. Pretty good, right?
Alright, let's blow it.
But
Prince.
oh, we can't actually
I know,
buy
I'm just
anything.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Because we have no authority. We can only do small initial global energy purchase, but that's like weird. You know. We wanted to do something. We wanted to do this, I think, or something. Yeah.
I think maybe it was offshore gas fields.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But it will give us +2 energy. It's pretty good because I think everyone likes it. Yeah.
Let's just
Uniquely
save our
popular.
budget this turn. Maybe something unforeseen
Okay.
happens. Okay. On the way back from the Plavo Arc Sanctuary, I met my council in the city of Folce d'Ador for a meeting on our security and military situation. The so-called Forge of Rizia was famous for its numerous foundries and factories, in which iron from the nearby hills was transformed into rifles and handguns. Largest of them all was the Royal Folce Foundry, responsible for supplying the Rizian police and military. The red brick complex towered at the end of the King's Avenue, Folce d'Ador's main road. My council and I were given a tour of the facilities before settling around the table in the foundry's great hall. Murals on the walls around us depicted the city's history as an industrial center. As Duchess of the province and my war and security counselor, Lucita sat at the head of the table. She nodded at the rest of us.
Yeah, you're the one. You're the one to read
Okay,
her.
I'm trying to remember her voice.
I don't remember anyone's voices.
Your
Mostly.
Majesty, Your Highness, my esteemed fellow counselors, I planned this meeting here so that the king would have a shorter journey after his consecration ceremony. I'm sure the proceedings were very taxing, Your Majesty, whatever they were.
I like answering
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a dad. Let's see.
I think, I like what happened in Plavo is between me and God.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
What the hell? And the Grand Wiseman, of course. Sal was sitting across from me, still wearing his robes. He smiled enigmatically.
Oh, I am but a roaring conduit between His Majesty and the powers above, Miss Azaro.
Unmarried. Hugo nodded approvingly.
Yeah, this is me. This is me.
Yeah, that's you.
I know better than to pry into the contents of the ceremony, Your Majesty, but I will say I hope it was an enlightening experience. You may proceed with your briefing, Duchess Azaro.
With great pleasure, Your Grace. She gestured at one of the murals on the wall. It depicted a beautiful but severe-looking woman riding a horse down the King's Avenue, her rifle at the ready. Were you about to say something?
No. I'm listening to you.
My ancestress, Anna Azaro, ordered the construction of this foundry in 1812, immediately after the end of the War of Rizian Secession. House Azaro knows that peacetime is not a period of rest. It is a time to gather our strength and hone our weapons for when they're next needed. Because they most certainly will be needed.
Oh yeah, number 4 definitely, because we wanted to work on the military.
Alright.
Alright.
Send it.
Yeah, let's go.
I agree with you completely, Duchess. Rizia has become soft and complacent during these conflict-free years. Not without reason, of course. I could hear the passion rising in her voice. Our failure to win the Reclamation War and the Rebellion of 1926 served as a double blow to the Rizian armed forces. Even after my father purged the troops and general staff of all suspected traitors to our throne, His Majesty King Valero was reluctant to restore a military to its former strength. Which is why, Your Majesty, I'm very grateful to you for taking steps to address these inadequacies before the crown was even on your head. But the way I see it, this is only the beginning.
Again, she does like to slander him, but
It's not even slander, right?
let's just go 4. Tell me more, cause like she wants money. Basically, they all want money.
Yeah, they're all a bunch of hungry little hippos. Understanding the details will help us plan more effectively. Tell me more. More girl voice. We're facing shortages in critical areas like armored vehicles, advanced communication technology, and even basic infantry gear. Now, a word about our military priorities. Focusing on the Air Force offers us a chance to establish area superiority, but it requires precise investments in procurement and fleet expansion. We will also be training a paratrooper division under this initiative. The strength of our Rizian armed forces lies in the diversity of our resources and units. We have manpower ready for duty as long as they're equipped with the necessary gear. Training these units, however, isn't an instantaneous process. Each unit, from infantry to naval, requires preparation. Ultimately, it's the readiness of our forces that will determine how well we can uphold our sovereignty and carry out our military strategies.
The goals of the I guess we'll have our special military operation here. They will be achieved.
Without a doubt. We will make it happen.
I don't know against whom though.
Yes, maybe
Velen. They won't give us the land back. Oh, by the way, I've seen that you've been playing the game. Have you completed it? The main campaign?
I did not complete it. I got decently far, and my country was in such poor shape that I became discouraged.
Oh, so you didn't lose, but you also didn't win?
Yeah, I didn't finish the game.
Oh, you gotta finish it. You gotta finish it. Because I saw that you've declared like emergency thing 4 times, and then you kept prolonging it.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much.
But are you at war?
Not yet.
Oh man.
You can feel it bubbling. But I just have no strong allies. My allies are like the racist country next to me.
The Velen, okay.
Velen and the tiny country above me. I think it's called Angsland. But Valgsland hates me. Vespia doesn't like me. Rumburg is trying to invade me and rape me.
Did you give them the country? The city, I mean.
Did I give Rumsburg the city?
Yeah.
I wasn't. Never was offered yet. I haven't met with their leader. I know that's like a key thing. Like,
Hmm. The Queen of Rumsburg. Okay.
yeah, I hear you. Anyways.
Yeah, I completely failed. I lost, but it was funny. Mm. I got the final shootout and kind of holdout with the fat military sergeant. He was wielding a machine gun in his hands, like the one that requires a team to operate. He was just running through the halls, like killing people, and then he died. And then I shot myself.
Oh wow.
Oh no, I actually didn't shoot myself. I shot at the soldiers and they gunned me down.
There you go.
But I think only my son survived in Volksland. Okay, but I know that your family is still all together in the game.
Did you send your son to the military? What'd you do?
No, I didn't. That was the thing. I sent him to the communist country.
Oh wow. No, I sent mine to the military. He's gonna die.
Okay. I think there's like a way to not have that choice, but I don't remember.
No, there's a way, but we'll see.
Okay, so.
Anyways, yes.
Oh man, look at how many there are here.
Many options here. So we can just affirm what she says, ask for costs.
Yeah, we can ask for more information, right? How do the costs of training and equipping our units compare? We can just like say, oh, it's me and my rule. Can we like know, well, what are our threats? Like who wants what? Strong hand.
That kind of.
Screw nation's economy. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, we're committed to making the military stronger, so that.
And that's one of the keys to power, or whatever. The military. You always have to pay the military. It's like the Syrian war. The generals were getting paid like $70 a year, and so, yeah, the rebels came and just paid the money, and everyone left. Like all of the military just folded immediately.
Yeah, they haven't really been in my news at all.
Yeah, and then Israel came over, and they took a large part of Syria.
Oh my god, I did not see that at all.
Yeah.
I heard there was a ceasefire plan being pushed by Trump.
Oh, because I don't know if you've seen it, but the guy who now kind of leads the rebels is such an obvious Western plant. It's so funny. He was waving around why nations failed. He was talking about how, oh yeah, we're gonna have great economy. It's gonna be awesome. I mean, what are the?
He was an ISIS leader before that, wasn't he?
I'm not sure, but like he just seemed. This is one of those people that they grow in like these giant vats, full of liquid, and they like pour Harry Potter in there, like distill Harry Potter. They just it's like little Dobby. What do they look like? They look like Noam Chomsky, but like young Noam Chomsky, but they're like shrunk down. They're like neurally stapled, so they can't do much, but they can like. They can push carts and they can bring in like these vats that are filled with the like stuff that you see in like airport lounges and like journals, the ones that remain, and they just like they brew this horrible concoction and then they pour into these vats, and then there's like little fetuses, and they just develop in there, like, plunk, and it's ready to insert anywhere you want, any country. You're just gonna come in there, and he's gonna be like, we're gonna liberalize the market, and we're going to allow porn. Wow, that's so revolutionary. And what happens next? And so they insert him, and then a couple of years pass, and if they like what happens? Are there any successes like that? Like where they have a color revolution and then they bring in a guy and they get anything out of it. Like the Western countries get anything out of it, and that country just kind of stops being a problem. Not as in that country falls apart or that country begins to experience massive famines or something. But no, that country becomes like I don't know. Could you?
Their
Yeah.
only gain here is that's no longer like a Russian stepping stone or a Russian ally, right?
Also true, but
It's gonna
yeah.
be chaotic, probably way more poorly governed, um, and maybe another money hole for NGO and add aid money, and probably deliver a couple more thousand Deliveroo drivers.
No, obviously, but why can't they like insert an AI for like governance, and then give everyone Uniqlo, and like I don't know, dispense food paste or something, and then you would have like a stock country where you'd have stock buildings and stock institutions, and then people would like go and they would I don't know manufacture like locks or something, and it would just be all stock like a communist paradise or something. I don't know. Like, why isn't this possible?
I mean, sure, if they wanted to, they could try and pull that off.
But it would
But
like,
will.
well, those people they would still like produce stuff. You know, it wouldn't just be a hellhole. I mean, you know, they'd have their little, because right now you can just like 3D print houses. You know, everything's bombed down anyway. Just 3D print them houses, give them Uniqlo, and then they like walk to and from these kind of stock institutions, or there'll be like a library filled with like auto translated books that the government wants them to read. Why can't they do total governance like they've been talking about, like we've been reading about, you know? Where there's like, okay, this is a way to develop a perfect country. We need this, and that. And we can manufacture all of this, and we can connect it, but it's still not being done anywhere. What do you think, Hutch?
I mean, the people that think this is a good idea, they just seem to lack political will in so many arenas that it's just inconceivable for them to actually have a grand, project of any sort, rather than just, managing racial tensions and things like this, right? Cutting budgets, making censorship, NGO.
Well, sometimes it feels as if they are doing this. Well, obviously, there's stupidity or like inability to see it. We've discussed that, but it does feel sometimes like they just want to develop something new, kind of through strife. And everything's going to be trash, and like not your basic needs are not going to be satisfied. So it's just going to be chaos until like some competing elites emerge. But like if you think of, I don't know, some random country out in Africa, like I don't know about Nigeria, but because it's difficult to compare that, but like Thailand, for example, right? Thailand has a culture, it has a civilization, right? It's competing with production, like with China. They have their own language that was, I think it was kind of written to them by the English or the Dutch, or was that Indonesia, right? But
Right, Indonesia. It's the Dutch.
yeah, Indonesia
Yeah,
with the
Dutch.
Dutch.
But
But
anywho,
yeah,
they're like a sovereign ethnic group.
yeah, but they, like Syria right now, that's a blank slate, and they can do all of this. They can introduce ready-made solutions like Tony Blair Foundation does, and how you have
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of that, but it's not even getting introduced in like England or something. You know, even in England, you can like even if everyone is so surveilled and is so kind of always under the arm of the state, they're still not going that extra kind of bit. You know, if
Yeah.
they give everyone digital ID, they don't have like constant tracking and like I don't know. They give everyone like a phone that just says, "Oh, eat this. Oh, wear this," without doing like the propaganda stuff with like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
with it like in the journal or something." It's like hidden signs or something. uh, they'd have like a list, and they get points for all of those things, and they just do it. Um, why are they like if this is coming, if this is like being discussed, this is going to be much kind of like, this is better than just insanity, than just anarchy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would actually be. I mean, I don't want it here, but if they did in the UK, I would sit. All right, I'll watch it. I'll see what happens.
But like this,
if they put the orders in to do that, I mean, the first thing that would happen is they would assign a black woman as head of the software team, and it would just never come out. Right?
well, there's
that's what I mean. They can't execute these kind of positive things.
Maybe. Well, I don't know if it's positive. It's like Cold World,
ground and building something, right? Not just.
But it seems so easy. Everyone has an iPhone at this point, right? Just. I mean, there are preset applications that can be downloaded to your phone. Just make everyone just download it upload it to every phone, and like give a point score. People are gonna go and buy it. Make it, I don't know about free, but make like this alternative really, really cheap, and then give points for doing it. And then you like accumulate points, and you get like a Uniqlo of yellow color. Wow, you get a free barber appointment.
Yeah, free cut at the Turkish barber.
Yeah, you can like, this time you can select it. It's not just they're gonna like shave you bald, why isn't it 1980?
You unlock haircuts.
Why isn't it 1984? Like actually 1984, exactly like it was there. I mean, the guy wrote it. The reason he actually wanted to put it in 1948 because he was working with the CIA. I don't know if you know this, but Orwell was working with the CIA, and the guy who was commanding this whole kind of total program on like conquering the First World was none other than James Burnham.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this, but there's a book called Who Called the Piper? Who Piped the Piper? I don't know, but like obviously, there's a reason why in Russia they don't have all this system, because Russians just would not work. If you look at Russian business, and if you look at how it's structured, it's very, very kind of regionalized, very anarchic. You have many, you might have big platforms, but you have a lot of different sellers that each procure their own stuff, and then they like talk to one another, and they talk about prices, all that stuff. It's kind of more interconnected, and the Russian seller, he likes to go into the meat of all of this, and this is how it works. That's why taxes are kind of low, even though they've gone up because of the war. It works. It wouldn't work in Italy, for example. If in Italy you would say that, you have this time, and you can kind of arrange it, and you can negotiate with someone else about this, they would fall. They would need their own representative there that tells them, okay, you got to do this. Or they would just need to do something that got imparted to them by the state, which happens here with like the things that they know they can't do. Right? They're like, this is like a law, but it's not really a law. Or this is how you behave. It's very Japanese in that time. It works for them. That's why they... the birth of propaganda was probably Italy, Gramsci, or I don't know, even Machiavelli. When in Prince he talks about when you conquer an Italian state, when an Italian conquers another lord's possession, the first thing he should do is give everyone swords, because then it would make them trust him. And he would say, I know that your evil ruler did not give you swords because he did not trust you, and so on. And they're like, oh yeah, wow, you're so good that you conquered us. And obviously, wars in that time were not, artillery shelling civilians.
Yeah.
So they would be like, oh wow, new administration, awesome, lower taxes, free swords. I mean, they could go and they could probably sell that sword off. Right. Get a bunch of money, because like swords back then, there was a whole long chain of like each guild producing every single part of the sword. One guy made a pommel and then he sent it over to the other one, and then he like put a few strips of leather on it, then he sent it over to another one. It was the whole process that was constantly churning out armaments. But yeah, big question is, if all of this is ready, it has been ready for like 40, 60 years, why has its implementation been so awful? Not the reception, right, but the actual implementation. And yeah, that's the big mystery.
Yeah, maybe they're waiting on it.
Maybe.
I'm cool with just going number 1 here. Just
Okay.
Like, yeah.
That's great.
I'm at your service to realize that vision. Together we will build a force as formidable as your leadership. Wow, that's really nice. In any case, as the commander of our armed forces, the final decisions rest with you.
3.
Deliver your instructions, or... I don't care.
Yeah, let's just do good. Yeah.
Good. I've been preparing for this my entire life. She gave a furry nod of appreciation. If our kingdom took anything away from Palus and the rebellion, it's that we learned the deadly cost of unpreparedness. Our troops must reflect Rizia's resilience, ensuring such blows never weaken us again. We can achieve this thanks to my house. Comp Domus still runs the most rigorous, high-quality training program on this continent. Right, Captain Gorion? With lightning speed, she reached under the table
and pulled out Captain Gordian.
And hurled it in the direction of the doorway. Titus languidly snatched it out of the air.
Okay, this is like anime. That was bad. Wow.
Very good. Your house should be commended for its deep devotion to protecting this country. We're pleased to serve.
What?
She
Oh,
grinned.
maybe Titus actually was. Maybe he works for her.
That's a good observation. Of course, national security doesn't begin and end with the Rizian military. We also have our police and intelligence divisions to think about.
See, do we want more questions regarding the military?
In hindsight, I would like to know actually
Let's go.
some detail about the military. I'm here to answer them, Your Majesty. Where should I start?
Naval and air capabilities. Well, we know that like we have problems in this. What about army conscription, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll have a chance to ask all of these. Let's talk about army conscription. How do we bolster our ranks? Our ranks are looking healthy already, Your Majesty, but since you asked. As you know, our Central Royal Army is fed both by general conscription and levies from the individual provinces. If you ask me, the provincial army should be pulling more weight, though I do understand that those of Brennus and Valkyries are not nearly as well trained as Cardes and Monteclar.
Oh, wait. Oh, this is kind of ass. Because it turns out that all the provinces, they train their own troops.
Oh, well, that's not good.
And then they kind of give them to us. And so they need to produce particular troops. Because obviously this is not like a total state that we have. Extending the length of our conscription period.
And lowering the conscription age from 24 back to 18.
Yeah, 24 is late, actually. I mean, it's always
Yes,
18.
Why did my father even raise the age to 24 anyway?
This you know what Hugo Torres, you know his Twitter account. 24 is the age by which a person's brain is fully formed, Your Majesty. I do beg your pardon, Uncle Hugo. I mean no offense, Your Highness. but young people, especially young men, tend to make irrational decisions before that age. I mean, what the hell is she doing? Vina, shut up. Just kind of sit there. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Well, yeah, no, of course, like 20. This is the weirdest thing ever, because no one ever checks if your brain is formed with any of the decisions. No one is ever like, can you drink? Let's see at the level of petrification of your brain. Something like that. No one does it, because you can do it with the spine. You can see there are certain kind of for growth, how did you say this? Certain connective elements remain flexible to 19 to 20 even sometimes, but then they ossify, they calcify or something. It's to be done for better stability, and because you don't grow anymore, right? Because if you just kept growing, your heart would give out. All tall people live less than short people. Heart gives out, spinal problems, knees, obviously, because no matter how tall you are, your knees are not going to catch up. And even if you're well trained, like muscles, all that stuff, I mean, your knees are still going to bear a lot of problems, because you're
much more prone.
Well, you can't grow enough muscle on your knees. I don't know if you've ever seen the knee joint, what do you call it, the buckle or something, in the front of the knee. It's like collagen and random pieces of bone together. It's not well. We're kind of not made to use it as much as we do. I don't think we're meant to be as top heavy as we are, really, especially with the head. I don't know if you know this. You can't. At some point everyone will have knee problems, right?
Why?
Well, because the for spine, for example, you can grow, for example, if you don't want your kids to have spinal problems, what you can do is you can do all the exercises that strengthen the core. So even if a kid is tall, right, if he has this kind of musculature exoskeleton or something, if he has great muscles, right, the spine won't need to kind of bear the brunt. But you can't grow the same thing around the knees, You can do it to a certain extent, obviously, but you can't have this like a big cushion around your knees. There's only you can have a giant core. You can have big, broad shoulders, big kind of sturdy muscles, and fat too, especially, right? You can be strong fat, and all of that is going to keep your spine aligned.
100%.
Right? Yeah. But with the knees, you can't just have a cushion of fat and muscle that each time it moves, it buffers all of that.
It's a different kind of paradigm. For example, the very tall basketball players, I'm a big basketball guy. There's a new giant French kid, French African.
I've seen it, 7'9".
Yeah. Oh, that's a different French kid. But there's a guy named Wembenyama. He's 7'5". But before every game, he warms up his toes and his feet, and the minuscule muscles in his feet and ankles, because he's trying to protect his knees. Right.
Yeah.
And in order to do that size, all of the surrounding systems have to be so well calibrated. So that's how they try and deal with that.
Yeah, because the shoes are bad. Even for basketball, they've realized too late that the shoes are not made for function, and that since the 18th century, I think it's the 18th century, the shoes are not supposed to be in that form. They're not supposed to go like conical shape. that's a, I don't know if you know this, but that's a fashion gone to, how to say it? It's like
Wrong. What do you mean conical shape of the shoe?
well, because
Toes aren't supposed to be smashed together.
no, 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 they're not. You're supposed
Exactly.
to, as you know, it's supposed to be kind of like a shovel shape. Um, because you're like little kid. I don't know if you look at little kids, they have the same amount of control, maybe besides grippage, of their feet as they do of their hands. They can move each finger independently, quickly. But as they grow older, they get all their toes smashed together into this like knife shape or something.
100. Yes.
And well, it's because basketball, for like what 100 years, it wasn't as competitive as it became with the media, with the television. People didn't play as much, as in like the sports people, or they didn't play as hard, or they didn't jump as high, right?
It was a different type of game, yeah. Less aerial. The shoes, right, don't have the same type of grip. You can't just, like nowadays, the shoes, you can go flying 20 miles per hour and slam that foot down and it'll stop, right? And that puts so much new kinds of forces on your knees, ankles. Where if you had Chuck Taylor Converses, you're not going to stop like that.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. You're going to slide.
But and now this is the kind of, they're called naked shoes now, which just like have the form of your normal foot, with a chamber for each toe, and they look like clown shoes. Obviously, they look stupid. But man, are they great? And they're great for running too. I have them.
That's nice.
And it's
I don't run much. But either running barefoot. That sounds like the way to do it.
yeah, it's good because usually, unless you've kind of been walking a lot with barefoot, like I have all my life. I've been walking barefoot everywhere. I hate shoes. Or like I use sandals, right? Usually, like half of the year or more than half the year, I just use sandals. I can't. I hate shoes so much, but and I have like kind of what you call it? I have like a very thick skin on the bottom of my soles and shoes, thick calluses. I can run on stones basically, and they like so I can do it in the. I don't run, but like I in the summer I just walk barefoot everywhere on our property. Through the stones, through the like grass and all that stuff. Nothing happens to it. But with those shoes, you can really like go to the mountain, for example, and you're really stable because all of your fingers, they grip, they kind of make little divots in the ground, so you don't slip as much. And climbing is also easier because you're not climbing with your like unmoving front part, and you're trying to kind of push it together, and all of your fingers are pushing, but you're kind of shoveling earth behind you. So you can go hop, 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 up solely with your toes, essentially. And it's very, very quick. Kind of you're dissipating a lot of the energy into the ground. It's cool. I think like if you do a lot of sports, you should try this type of footwear.
All right. Yeah, I need some new sandals, anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we got.
I disagree with this guy.
If you're old enough to vote, oh man, yeah, I forgot they have like a cringe version of voting, or maybe a based version of voting where it doesn't matter, but it also doesn't matter in real life. I guess. No, I mean, you would never say that. I mean, you're a king.
I don't really think that's, yeah.
I mean, I guess.
What? The thing is, I don't agree with Hugo here.
But not for this reason. Just.
Yes. All right. Let's just say be a little too trigger happy.
Why can't we just like open up their skull and look at their brain?
Yeah.
why aren't the biological? Why can't we detect biological markers that say that okay, you're ready for this, and then we can just like ding, get a little tick, a little like on your license. I don't know, license to go fight for your country or something, and it like automatically ticks. If your biological clock just like wears into
Ready
shape.
to die. Send them in.
Yeah, I guess let's just do two. They get a little too
Alright.
trigger happy. I mean,
They get a little too trigger happy, you mean? Not with proper training, Your Majesty.
okay.
Okay. What's the state of our military production industry? The seat aside. Despite our very grand surroundings, we've long neglected the potential of Fulcher the Tor. Grunberg currently supplies us with the bulk of our weaponry, oh my, including their KA-74 rifles.
The KA-74 is a gas-operated assault rifle. It is considered to be the first automatic rifle of the world. Wow, they invented, look at this, they invented the first automatic rifle in 1888, which is about
More or less.
50 years ago, like from the game.
Yeah.
When is the game? No, the game is 1950. Okay, wow.
7 years ago.
For stock version, obviously this is like AK-74.
Yeah, same thing. Reliability under harsh conditions, low production costs.
Fighting with Kalashnikovs. Okay. What
I
was
want to
it?
get an AK.
What was it called? K7. What are you going AFK?
No, I said I want to get an AK at some point.
Oh, well, it's difficult in America, right? Because you can't get full auto stuff because
Yeah,
of the.
just semi. You get like semi-auto versions.
In Russia, you can get assault rifles, also semi-auto, but the issue you can't get rifling on them. But that's also not true, because you can get rifling on them to a certain point. So you still have to have the barrel. You can have the first like inch or something. You can have it rifled, and then the rest is full bore, I think it's called, or something. But basically without any rifling.
Yeah.
Do you know what they call them in Russia? Like when a rifle is made that way, you will never guess.
I don't know. Something about infantry.
No, it is. It just flew out of my head. But it has the same name as an old World War II SMG from England.
Oh gosh, I don't know my weapons.
Like
well enough.
World War II, I forgot. But it's so weird. It's out of left field, the name. But yeah, basically.
That makes sense. Something that's super inaccurate, I suppose.
Strange, yeah.
Alright.
It's called.
Boring.
No, it's not Nagant. Oh man, it was so close, on the tip of my tongue. But let's continue. I'll remember it.
But if we invested more into research, development, and production in the city, our small arms industry could become a real force to be reckoned with. We need to be able to build our own weapons.
Exactly.
Oh.
We gotta make our own assault rifle.
I
Oh.
imagine that would give a boost to the local economy.
Oh, that's me. She kind of looks like a frog, or like a murloc, or like an undead person because of her nose.
Yes.
Oh, it would.
She has a nose job.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it looks like it has been cut off or something. Look at the large distance.
Wow.
She looks like a skull looming. Council of Treasure, the greed personified. Just kind of laboring over her gold. She just like, in her spare time, she kind of sits on this giant pile of gold, looking at, rubbing every single little coin with like a silk cloth, polishing them all. Oh, it would, Your Majesty, as long as there were enough people available to fill the new positions that would be created.
We would unfortunately still have Rizia and Bromberg for weaponry such as missiles, although I've also seen promising developments in Dirtia.
Dirtia, the...
Yeah, where's Dirtia? What are they? Communists?
I think
Click
Dirtia.
on 'em.
It is... yeah, we gotta go to the Atlas. It is... where? Oh, here. Regional map. So, here we go. Dirtia. Unfriendly.
Military, unfriendly.
Supreme Wiseman, Yorga Azmal.
Oh yeah.
Because Golcondism. Ah! Whenever becoming their friends. Oh, maybe. Theocratic Republic.
Oh, they're Nurists, are they?
No, they're Golcondis. They're the Golcondis, but obviously it's Ruheism. But he is Golcondism, even though they call it Newest Republic. Still Golconda. Yeah. Spooky. But we're obviously oppressing their guys, so they don't like us. So we'll see.
Return.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. Weapons deal with Dirty. Not possible. I don't think so.
It wouldn't be bad to have a stable trade relationship with Rumberg. They're not really a threat to us. We're not on their border.
Are we on the border with Dirty yet?
No. Well, not really.
I mean, look, even if Dirty is like against us, they're still our religion. While Rumberg is who knows what it is, right? Kingdom of Rumberg. Enormous. They are mean gooners. Let's see.
Yeah, let's hit 3 or 1. Which one do you want?
I think 3.
Alright, sounds good.
We'll just...
I doubt Dirtia will steal us weapons, considering our religious differences. Everyone has a price, Your Majesty. It would depend on what Rizia is willing to pay. But I've set aside time to discuss Dirtia during your upcoming foreign policy meeting. I look forward to that conversation, Mr. Esquivel. Where were we, Your Majesty?
And now, naval and air capabilities.
Our Navy has actually made significant strides in the past 30 years. Good. We are a coastal nation after all, and our fleet is both well-trained and up-to-date. Wow, that's really surprising. Our submarines could use improvement, though. Compared to those currently coming out of Rumberg and Valksland, they're practically ancient. Our Air Force, meanwhile, is still suffering the consequences of the Palace campaign. Lorento nodded grimly.
Oops.
Esquivel. We did not foresee that Lesbia would become so heavily involved, nor that they would provide the Grand Duchy with cutting-edge aircraft.
Oh, look at this one. Number 2 is interesting, because she's gonna like number 2, because I think she wants Palace.
Yes. Hit it, Bobby.
Okay, let's go.
So, hypothetically speaking, if we tried to reconquer Palace again, they'd rain death on us from above. Hypothetically, yes, we're more well-balanced in the sea. And then there's the question of... Time to move on. Okay.
The CIA.
Yes. What about our intelligence capabilities? They're just as important as our military strength. I was getting to that, Your Majesty. The Rizia Intelligence Service has operatives in Morella, Dirtia, Central Vuelan, Lesbia, and Rumberg. His Majesty Valero, however, insisted on withdrawing our presence from Zeal and Palace. Interesting.
Oh, 1 second. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's finish up this one, because it seems like I have to leave prematurely.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but we'll finish this one. So.
Yeah, just tell me when you gotta go.
Let's see. However, insistent on withdrawing our presence from Zil and Palace. Depends. We could trust them, right? I mean, if we just retreat our you see, they want our operatives out, because we're talking about CIA. Let's see. Do you want to do one?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see why he thought that. Why would he do that? He was afraid their leaders would get suspicious. He may have been right, or it may have been his trademark paranoia. In my experience, we have much more to gain from straightforward diplomacy than cloak and dagger operations. Mr. Esquivel, if you think Wellen and Palus are not spying on Rizia, you're fooling yourself. Laurento sniffed indignantly. What useful information were we receiving from either region?
Exactly right.
Oh, that's a good question. We learned of the prior Duke Njolma's abdication before it was officially announced, for one.
And what did we do with that information? Did we bet on it?
That doesn't count as useful information. Did we bet on it?
Yeah, it's like he
yeah, in the fucking betting markets.
Yeah, we're walking into the what's the word? Like the shop, the betting shop, where the king just walks in, like 300,000 pounds of gold on Duke Njolma's abdication, and everyone instantly they say no, we can't pay out all that money. And they instantly know that it's true.
Yeah, we should have spies in Palace just in case they become like a bridge.
I mean, we might keep them, kind of employ them in counter-spying operations. Or maybe we're going to go the America route and we're going to spy on our own citizens. For no reason, basically. Just for funsies. Could be good. I don't think we have all that money.
Yeah, let's just step over. If the agents are gone, they're gone. What about domestic intelligence?
Let's see.
Domestically, our main intelligence focus has been on preventing another uprising. To that end, our information gathering has been concentrated in Varanus, where the last anti-monarchist movement originated. We're already spying on our own citizens. Very good, very good. Mr. Durley Chad is proud. Very happy. Although he does not look happy. Why doesn't he look happy? I don't know. Yeah, he should be able to have like a thumbs up in that photo.
Yeah, from time to time he should just look at the camera, wink, give a big smile, and then give a thumbs up, like the Fawns, Durley Fawns.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Let's see.
Was the military involved in the last uprising? I didn't know that. I figured they'd be on our side. Well, we can't just attack.
I think keep up the good work.
Yeah, it's alright. They are communists after all. We'll update you should major concerns arise. Any other questions, Your Majesty? Nope.
Internal security, she already told us what happens. They mean maybe it's like police, but I mean the police is still provincialized, if you remember. It's all region-based. In fact, the kind of police from one region doesn't have jurisdiction in another region. Which is the way it was in America, right? Before the RICO arc? Before the RICO Act, I think.
Oh, really?
I think so. Because, in old movies you might see, we don't have jurisdiction in this county. Yeah. Or in this state,
I thought that's still the case, I'm pretty sure.
I think they might just use the FBI everywhere,
Yeah, probably.
Because, they have unlimited budgets, right? They can just take more debt, and the more debt they take the better it is, because people are waiting for that debt to pay out. People are investing in that debt. People take that debt and they get like the obligation, right, for the government to pay, and then they go to a bank and then they sell it to a bank. They get their money first, right, and then the bank packages it up in investments. Although I'm not sure. That's kind of an interesting question, right? What like if America buys from your company, like do they pay instantly or do they go to this what is it called, to the federal bank, it's called, right? Federal Reserve, and then they get money from them, and then they pay you.
I think, doesn't the Federal Reserve fund the government with whether magic money or what? I think the government just gives out money directly. They don't have to like go back to the reserve.
But they still like write it as a debt, right?
I'm sure if you're a business, you get.
I mean, you're selling something to the government, right?
Are you saying are you saying do they like pay it to you as if
like cash?
Or the bank? Yeah, in full or in 4%.
Well, you order 50 chairs from the government, or I don't know, 500,000 chairs from the government. Let's go big, go big or go home. And then they bring you, you give them the order, and they pay you. They pay you in cash, or do they pay you in like vexels, for example?
I do not know.
You know what vexels are?
No, actually.
Okay, it's called in English. That's a German word. It was used in Russian. Really interesting thing. It's basically like it's a promissory note.
Like an IOU, more or less.
Exactly. In fact, it's exactly like that. But a lot of countries like straight up outlawed it, or the government stopped using it. Or the transfer, but it's a very interesting thing. But what the governments like today's total states realized is that it allowed people to print their own money. And of course, no one wants you printing your own money. Like even
if anyone could give one, is that what you mean?
Yeah. Well, obviously, as a company, you can give out IOUs, and what people would do usually is, if you're a big company, they would give these vexels, promissory notes, or even if you're the government could just give those out, could pay with those, and you would go to a person and you would sell it. You would get some money quickly, and then that person would wait. He actually has money to eat, before he gets that. Before he gets cash, and then when the time comes up, he goes to the government, he redeems his IOU, and then he gets more money. This is the way Russian Empire worked. This is the way Russia in the 90s did a ton of stuff. And then they just stopped doing it. Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever heard of that, being done in America? Paying in IOUs?
No.
Because it's it's kind of funny in the Dumb and Dumber thing when he's like, oh, it's an IOU. It's worth its weight in gold or something. He says. He's actually not an idiot. He's usually 190 IQ type person, because this actually works. But he has just emitted his own money. So yeah, and everyone thinks it's stupid. But I mean, what do you think? Do you think the majority of promissory notes got paid, or people got constantly scammed? What do you think?
I say majority got paid.
Yeah, it's crazy, but apparently people mostly keep their promise. Generally, especially after 2,000 years of executing anyone who doesn't keep their promise. so yeah, because basically, right, you wouldn't need to go to if you start a company, you wouldn't need to get loans. You would just emit IOUs, and you would say that, oh, well, this is going to pay out when this happens. And this isn't just a promise. Like, you already get something, and then you can go to like a bank if you just need money now, right? And then the bank would buy it from you, and then he would wait it from me. And of course, the bank has lawyers, right? It can force you to pay that stuff out. If your company fails, for example, it can actually push you, because they are legally binding. So yeah, and crypto is just not the same, right? Because
No centralized authority.
well, because it's already owned by the CIA, and everyone just wants to make quick money. So okay, yep. Let's.
You've given me a lot to think about, honey. Let's call it a day for now. The heavy wooden door to the hall creaked open. An aide rushed over to Lorento and whispered something in his ear. I see. I'll get to a telephone right away. He turned to the rest of us, his usual jocular expression overlaid with concern. I must excuse myself briefly, ladies and gentlemen. Please continue without me.
I don't know. You want one or two? Because I'm not offending this guy. He seems.
No,
he seems...
you may be excused, Mr. Esquivel. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll explain everything shortly. He gave a quick bow, then rushed out of the room. I wonder what that could be about. Anyway, if we leave soon, we can make it back to Port Drazon before it gets too late. She signaled to her boy Titus, who tossed her knife back at her. In one fluid motion, she hiked up her gown, caught the projectile, and stood.
What did she catch the projectile with? Just a huge camel toe. She does her Pilates.
Yeah, Pilates.
That's why. Oh no. Yeah, they redid. She hiked up her gown before she caught the projectile. No. But at least she stowed it in a leather holster. Oh, do you know what the Romans used to call leather holsters?
No, what's that?
Oh, come on, what's the Latin word for holster?
Oh God. Purse? I don't know.
Vagina.
Oh shit.
Literally, like in Latin, the word vagina is Latin for holster. So now you know. Nice catch.
Yep.
Nice catch, absolutely.
It is nothing. In my fitter days, I could do it. Hands.
They knew it. The bastards knew this. Hands free, definitely.
Lucida readjusted.
Horrible, degenerate devs. So an early return to the capital would be my preference as well. But where is Mr. Esquivel?
The door swung open again, and Lorento came back into the hall. He wiped his brow with a silk pocket square.
Well, Mr. Esquivel, I hope you brought us good news.
It's too early to tell if it's good or bad, but it's definitely impactful. I just received official confirmation that her neighbor has been accepted into the Arcasian Treaty Organization.
It's gonna be dirtier. Let's see. What about you?
Right. Yeah, that makes... Wait. Yes, because they have the missiles from Arcasia. Dirtier? Are you trying to be humorous, Your Majesty? I'm sure that was a joke. He knows it could only have been Lesbia. Didn't we all see this coming? It should hardly be a surprise. Indeed, this development has been on the horizon for some time. But our relations with our neighbors are sure to change because of it.
Thank you for updating us, Mr. Esquivel. I suggest we set a date for a meeting to discuss Lesbia's ATO membership, as well as our general foreign policy strategy. Hmm. But
Excellent suggestion.
what's the problem? Are we like against Arcasian or are we with them? Are we part of the Arcasian thing? What do you think? Organizations. Intergovernmental. Governmental? No. Political? MISC? Where is it? What is it even called? It's ATO. Arcasia.
Arcasian Treaty Org. Is it in connections? Nah, that's
Locations? No. History? No.
I bet if you scroll up, you can click on it.
Yeah, let's see. Man, you're a genius! Genius. 3 claps for Mr. Hutch. Let's see. National map, regional map.
Not what I meant, but okay.
Let's see. Maybe maybe it's here. Public of
It's
Agnolia.
down to the left.
Look at this. Yeah, down to the left.
See that big blue thing down there?
Okay, I see. Oh, would you look at this? Superpower Alliance.
Cooperative Military Alliance, more than a dozen member nations, spearheaded by Arcasia, of course. Composed of nations with capitalist economic structures. Recently shifted towards augmenting nuclear deterrence as advancements in military tech have rendered nuclear weapon an integral component of modern warfare. Okay.
Why doesn't it say the countries that are part of it?
Yeah, that's clear.
If now, where's Lesbia? Oh, this is Lesbia. Oh, Lesbia's big.
Right on our north. Yeah, they're big and they're wealthy, I'm pretty sure.
But we do have the sea, so
Wait, click on Lesbia?
yeah, let's go. Open country information.
They're like military.
Overwhelming, yeah. Member of AN, member of OMAC. Alliance of Nation. And now they're a member of this. It just hasn't updated yet.
They have neutral relations, 5th in the world in GDP. Damn, really
The Republic of Lesbia. Century of Revolutions. And they're capitalists, right? Lewis. Yeah, OMAC. Okay. Let's go. Let's continue.
Yes. Yeah, let's 2 or 3. Preferably as soon as possible. You must decide on our official.
Excellent suggestion, right?
Do it.
Let's go.
Excellent suggestion. I'll start preparing a briefing once we're back in the capital. We should all be on the same page regarding this. I'll inform our host that we'll be deporting shortly. She pushed back her chair and briskly left the hall. I looked over at my daughter. Her brow was furrowed.
The Arcasian Treaty Organization? What's that? What will that mean for us? I guess I also don't know. Let's go. Let's go 3 with. I don't know. I suppose we'll find out because we really don't know what's that gonna be like.
I'd barely even started my reign and already felt like the ground was shifting beneath my feet. What other challenges lay in store?
Whoa, look at this. A bunch of stuff happened, and we're gonna see what happens. Welfare partially privatized. Promise enhanced service quality. Okay, but this we will see it next time. We have 8 news, well actually 18. We're gonna have to see through all of this. We're gonna do it next time, alright? Rizia. Oh, look at this! Look at what we can do.
That's cool.
We can train units using the resources and units. Wow.
It'd be cool if we could just, I don't know, big and naval power probably wouldn't be that good for aggressive special military operations, but it might be.
We'll just do.
Useful for defense, at least.
We'll just do ships. We'll just spam ships. I know, no air. No air units, actually, here.
Interesting. No, where are they at?
Paratrooper,
Not trainable, special unit.
Golden Guard. Golden Guard 0, which is weird, because like Titus is part of the Golden Guard.
I thought it got disbanded.
Ah, yeah, because it's like in secret.
Oh, yeah. Something like that.
Mercenaries, oh. Suzerain levies.
Interesting.
Azaro elites. Oh, and then we're gonna have like a training queue. So, for example, if we do ship, you see, pop, we can do 8. What did she say we needed? Do you remember?
She said our navy's good. We need better train. We have enough like infantry, but they just need to be better trained.
Mm-hmm.
And then our air force is poor.
So maybe we, maybe we don't need to train anyone here. And in fact, if we train anything, maybe it's actually battleships, because we're good at it.
Yeah, right. Just double down on your strength. Make sure no one can.
Because we
cross
still.
your waters.
Well, yeah, because if those guys attack us, we got ships.
Exactly. They have to go across the sea. Yeah.
Actually, look at this. If we're gonna plan for the next time. If we look here.
Let's look at the map. Yeah, go national.
Yeah, let's go. Regional. Right.
Morella. What's our deal with Morella? Are they the communist country?
Out of many, 1. Military strong, neutral, parliamentary republic. But they're kind of poor. The morning will come. Victory's close. Wait, what about Swordland? Who is the... Oh, do you know this guy?
Yeah, he's the guy before you in the main campaign.
Okay.
Overwhelming military.
Yeah.
What's Velen say? What's their like stats?
Which one again? Velen?
Velen.
Strong.
Strong, friendly.
So look, the only place where they can invade us like badly is Morella, and if we make friends with the Grand Duchy of Palais, or like if in theory we actually don't give Zil back, we don't take it back, then Velen might just like isolate us, because no one can, Lesbia will have this little strait, or I guess not a little strait, but still, if we keep Palais' independence, right, and we keep Velen independent, there's less places where they can attack us directly, and so we'd need to pump air, right, and then sea.
Yeah. We'll have to get farther in like our foreign policy, see who's really a threat and whatnot.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll do it next time.
Next week.
Next week, yeah. Thank you, bye-bye. Bye-bye.